How you mix your pancakes is a major factor in how they turn out, and that became super clear during this test. I saw two highly viewed videos about pancakes, and one mixes
That's
his,
sort of like a cake batter. You can sort of see right there.
and the other one said,
Lumps are gonna be okay here. Leave it alone. Do not mix it anymore.
so I gathered my materials so we can get to the bottom of this contrast and make sure you make the pancake you want to make. To start, I made batches out of each recipe, making sure to measure how I split them up so that what's in the recipe is not the factor. Remember, we are focused on how we mix them. Mix 1 is the lumpy mixture, and according to Frank, it took about 20 to 25 turns to get it to this consistency, and I think that was spot on. Kent's recipe was easy as well. I just mixed it as he described, like cake batter, until I had no lumps at all. Then I set my griddle at 325 and I use a 1/4 measuring cup to scoop out my pancakes on a thin layer of butter. Now here's where you have to just watch and wait. For me, anytime I make a new recipe, it's hard to tell when to flip. So I try to go off your basic premise of waiting until bubbles form across the surface and they start popping. And you can also try and watch for the edges to appear dry and set. I know you're looking at those pancakes on the left and thinking, he's burning those. Well, I thought about that for a second, but then I realized, fun food fact, sugar breaks down under heat and creates caramelization. And look at the ratio difference in those recipes. Kent's recipe has over 70% more sugar, and that's not even counting the honey. So, when that sugar and honey breaks down under that heat, you are going to get a browner and sweeter pancake. Let's get these pancakes off the griddle. It's tasting time. And here are Kent's pancakes with lumps. And here are Kent's pancakes without lumps. And here are Frank's pancakes with lumps. And here are Frank's pancakes without lumps. First one we're going to try are Kent's pancakes with lumps. Break open. It's nice and fluffy. Texture is pretty good. Pretty good. Let's taste one without the syrup. That pancake is good without anything on it. So that recipe is banging. Now let's try Frank's recipe with lumps without syrup as well. One breaks apart and looks good too. That one's smoother, it's got a smoother flavor. That one you can taste the honey in it. But the texture on both of them is just great. It's great. Now let's try Kent's recipe that we mixed up all the way with no lumps. Ooh, I can see these are a little tougher. That is for sure. All right. Flavor's almost there. Those are definitely gummy or chewy. They are not falling apart in my mouth. Definitely need some water after that one. Flavor is not bad, but the texture is definitely different on that one, for sure. See if it mattered on the one with the apple cider vinegar, which is Frank's recipe. This one broke easier. And just a little bit easier, but yeah, Flavor is still great. I'm still getting that gummy texture. Now we did that. Let's go back again. Let's test these with syrup. Cut a piece off here. I'm gonna tell you, these are really, really close. I kind of like this one. At least I think a little more by itself, but it's probably because it's a little sweeter. It has that honey in it, gives it a little bit of a kick. But texture-wise, especially with the syrup, these are neck and neck. So what does that tell me? It makes a huge difference in how you mix your pancakes. Now the question is, which one's the best? If you read the comment section from both videos, they both are. Some like it thin and dense, and others like them light and fluffy. What we learned today is when you don't like your pancakes, pay attention to how you mix them. The recipe plays a role, but how you mix them completely changes everything. Now you know how to make the one you want. Yeah. Till next time.